Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Cop Talk. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right here on YouTube each and every Thursday at the hours of 10 o'clock. Going to send a big shouts goes out to everyone logged in already, and I have to pick up my panel, man. Creds, been away for a while. How you doing, sir?
Long time. But yeah, here live, and yeah, actually on screen as well.
It was a fine week to be back, eh?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the therapy. Yeah, we're going to let it all out.
That's what this is about, man. That's what it's about. Big shouts goes out to my brother Stoney. How we doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Just happy to be on the show, and just a reminder to everybody that's tuning in: we do not dodge shows or situations when our team is not playing good. We're always here. We're always fronting up, and I'm sure you're going to hear that in some of the discussions that we're going to be having this evening. But I'm good.
Win, lose or draw, man. We show up. You know what I mean? That's what it's about when they say you never walk alone. We show up, man. So yeah, just before we get into that, just let everybody know that not last week, the week before, weekend of the 28th, I took myself, my brothers, and my cousin. We went up to Anfield to go and watch the Legends game.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, man. So my two brothers are, of course, Liverpool fans, but funny enough, my cousin's a Chelsea fan, and we dragged him up there. I tried to get him to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," but you weren't having none of it. You know what I mean? I did try. So yeah, man, it was. I must say, it was a very nice, nostalgic day. We went 2-0 up, and then let them come back into it. But to see some of the old greats, man. But I tell you what, two players who've still got it and still look like they could play.
Yeah.
Thiago
and Thiago. My gosh.
Yeah, that guy.
My gosh. Oozing Thiago, especially oozing class around the pitch, man. Oozing absolute class, man. I tell you, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah, good day out, man. I must say. Well, we made a weekend of it, but yeah, it was a good day out, man. Good fun, I must say.
Nice.
When the next one comes up, if you got a chance, man, try and make it, man.
I'm gonna try and make it next time for sure.
Send a big shout goes out to Mark Foster, locked in already. Says Stoney's live from Anfield. Yeah, reporting live from Anfield. So Stoney, mate. So the last two cup competitions that we were in, and well, FA Cup against Man City. I will have to be honest, I was actually working, so I didn't get to see it. But you know, I have to check in on my phone, and when I checked in on my phone after like the first 15 or so minutes, I'm hearing lots of positives, man. And Liverpool are doing stuff, and they're looking good. And next time when I look back, it was 2-0. Like, what the heck has just happened here? So I don't know if you lot can shed some light for me, because obviously, like I said, I didn't get to watch it, but yeah, please shed some light.
I mean, I'm kind of similar. I'm not gonna lie, because I was actually out at a breakfast party. So again, just like you, I'm looking on the phone, I'm looking at the updates, and it's looking good, and I'm like, yeah, great. Look again, see the 2-0. I started drinking. I was just like, yeah, just give me the rum, give me the prosecco. Yeah, this one's over. I already know it's over. But I kept my eye on it. It looked like Salah had missed a penalty or something like that. And missed a big chance. So I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna find their way in. And then I saw the 3-0. I was like, done. Put my phone down. I was like, this one's over. And then, but I still looked, and then I see 4. Yeah. What can you do? So yeah, don't know, Stoney, if you saw.
Mark said the light I can share is to turn it off at 3-0.
Do you know, I thought it was quite interesting. So yeah, I did manage to watch the game, and we started with the box formation. So it was the 4-2-2-2-2 with.
You started for us, Tony.
So Georgian goalie in goal. Gomez played right back. It was Virgil and Konate that played centre back, with Kirkez at left back. Jones and Gravenberch were just sitting in front of Ryan and Ibrahima. Wirtz played the left, Dominic Szoboszlai played the right, and it was Ekitike and Salah that played up top. What I thought was quite interesting, and you guys are probably going to know a little bit more about this than me. When Virgil started on the right side of defense this game, as opposed to the left side, he usually plays on the left-hand side. but he played on the right hand side. I don't know what was that to do because City just played just with Haaland up top, so I was unsure why Slot would have started like that. But look, it is what it is. I'll be honest. Up until Haaland scored Haaland's first goal, I think it. So he scored 2 goals. One was just close to the halftime, but there was one before. So I'm not going to say that I remember what time it was. It was probably about 35 minutes. But up until that time, we were actually playing all right in the box formation. Mm-hmm. We were creating chances. We were creating opportunities. It wasn't just Salah that wasn't eating his dinner in front of goal. I think it was a collective. But I think in terms of how we were playing, I actually felt, comfortable with it. But then the penalty came. As I said,
was it a penalty?
Yeah, 100%.
Who gave that one away?
Was it? I think it wasn't that the one with. Was it Kanate?
Because did Virgil give one away as well? They got 2 penalties, didn't they?
They got. So if it was. No, because hold on, who scored? Haaland scored a hat trick, right?
Yeah.
So Mado got the other one, and who is it? Oh no,
yeah, no, it was only one penalty. Yeah, Semenyo.
Yeah, it was one penalty. It was one penalty. So yes, okay. it definitely was a penalty. Yeah, and once they scored that goal, then City just looked like a completely different team.
Mark says it was Virgil who gave away the penalty.
It was Virgil, right? Perfect, yeah. And 100% it was a penalty. 100%. As soon as they got that goal, the whole game just completely changed. I mean, Haaland played against us and he took the game personal. I mean, I was watching the game when I kept saying, please, I beg this guy gets injured. Because you could really see what he was actually going to do to us. And you know what? He was doing it with such ease. I thought Doku was going to give Gomez more of a run for his money in the game. But I'm going to tell you, even though Haaland scored a hat trick, Jerky in the game, oh my goodness. He played like a throwback number 10. Like, he reminded me of how like Totti and Del Piero used to just drop off, or like Riquelme when he used to play for Villarreal. Those throwback plays where they used to just drop off and just literally run a game, or like how Ozil played, not at Arsenal. How Ozil used to play in that space. That's exactly how Jerky played. So
a few people mentioned that, and they said, they mentioned that we paid all that money for Wirtz, and look at Jerky.
Yeah,
30 mil. Yeah, they did. They were mentioning that big time.
I think one of the things as well, I think it's the way that Man City, or the way that Pep has got his team functioning. Credit to them 100%. And I think the team is set up to allow the grace to see Jerky playing like that, because I don't think Rodri didn't have that much of a good game. So I couldn't necessarily say it was Rodri and Silva that had an amazing game that allowed Jerky to play that, but they just functioned all so well. But it was just, we had chances in the game. I think even if it was only highlights, you would have seen when our goalkeeper played the ball through to Salah. And I don't know what happened, whether he had a brain freeze or what, but he just drew it. He broke on the left-hand side, but he drew it right across the goal over towards the right. There was the situation with the penalty. He just seemed to be overthinking things,
Yeah.
Before, when we'd see Salah, it was like he would take things in his stride and you just knew, boom, it's going to be a goal. It was hard watching this game. What I'm going to say is probably going to sound bananas, so I'm still going to say it. It's not that he's lost his pace. It seemed like the technique's gone. I couldn't get my head around it. RT watching the game. It's like, even if players are coming to the latter ends of their careers, right? So Salah may well be in that bracket. They don't usually lose the technique. They may lose, like a bit of pace or a bit of strength, but the technique was just completely gone. And I was just scratching my head. Absolutely scratching my head. But so yeah, I don't think, apart from Szoboszlai, and I would say our goalkeeper, even though he conceded 4 goals, I don't think any of our players could have walked off, in my opinion, feeling Yeah, feeling positive at all.
Okay.
Not one bit.
I know Mr. B would turn up today, and I know Mr. B would come in and have something to close B. Anyway, big up Mr. B. He's from our sister channel, the Man United Agenda. Yeah, check them out when you can, man, because I know they're back on form now. You know what I mean? Big up yourself. Big shouts goes out to Uncle Teach, Big Teach. Big shouts goes out to you, my bro. Nice to have you on board. Mark says that he thinks Jones slowed down the game too much for us. It was a game where we needed pace, and this squad ain't got that no more
at all.
And Mark goes on to say it was a pen, but very soft pen. But Stoney was like, no, it's adamant. It was it's 100% pen.
Definitely. You know what? Sometimes, as biased as I want it to be, sometimes you just have to take it. I wasn't giving any excuses at all. It was, and he said it's subjective, isn't it? It's good that you've got somebody else that's watched the game and they have another opinion, and I completely respect that as well.
Okay, and then he goes on to say, Ryan Cherky, we've been wanting this player a long, long time. Rise turn at City into a fighting chance of winning if the bottlers drop points.
Yeah, well, some of us hope so.
Yeah, some of us. I think all of us. Everybody else in the world, I think, wants them to drop points. To be fair, but yeah.
Another thing from the game, another thing from the game that I just wanted to mention as well is I'm still mystified. Now I'm watching the player. I'm still mystified how, whether it's Slot or whether it's Edwards or Hughes, when they purchased Frimpong, I'm still trying to figure out in my head what position they purchased him for. Because even in the game, I know he came on for Gomez in the second half. So I think it's probably around 60 minutes. There were some changes, all right? So even when he came on at right back, he just doesn't seem a right back, and he doesn't seem a right forward player. When he was at Leverkusen, did they play with wing backs? Was he a right wing back?
He was more of a wing back.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he played three centre halves and three at the back.
Right. So okay, yeah. So I'm still scratching my head about Frimpong. He didn't paint himself in any glory in this game. But as I said before, Semedo was amazing, Jerky was amazing, and Doku was really good as well. But yeah, anytime he plays, especially in this game, I was kind of focused on him when he came on. He just seemed lost. Absolutely lost.
What can you do?
So I feel what might be needed for it to work is the three centre halves, and both him and Kirkes as wing backs. I think then you might see the best out of the pair of them, to be fair.
We're going to come to that because I think Slot tried that against Paris Saint-Germain. So we'll come to that afterwards.
Yeah, we will get to that. We will get to that. But yeah, I think that's when you might see the best out of them, though.
I mean, I think it's just deciding whether he's going to be that right back or whether he really is like a right mid wing back forward, because he's just in them forward areas. Really, haven't seen him do much defending. Yeah, exactly. He's just there as a body in front of whoever it might be, and then they end up either skinning him or passing past him. Yeah. So,
only thing is that saves him is that he's got the pace to get back. That's about it, to be fair. But defensive wise, nah. And as we said, we will definitely get to that because going forward wise as well, he's not dynamic. You know what I mean? He gets in good positions, but there's no end product. So yeah, we'll see. But so yeah, that's us out of the FA Cup now. Do you think all right?
I mean, the only thing that made that weekend happy was the fact that Arsenal went out as well.
Yeah,
so, I was like,
that was some small saving grace.
Yeah,
was the Arsenal then went and lost as well. That was some small saving grace, I must say. But yeah, you think all right. So now it's about concentrating on getting top 4 and preparing for this Champions League because that's all we've really got left. Yeah, well, we always knew it was going to be hard. I even had Liverpool fans telling me, "What, are you actually going to watch the game?" Real talk, and them man, they were serious. Then, like, I'm not watching. They're like, I'm not watching that. I got a podcast to do, but I have to watch it. You understand? I got no choice.
Yeah, I think the thing is right now, you know, any team that we know is a level above us, we don't think we're going to win, right? There's that doubt that is there, and you know, if we do win, it's going to be because the other team's either playing badly or, you know, we might get a spark from Szoboszlai or whatever. But yeah, there isn't much that we can pin our hopes on right now.
Damn. So, at the FA Cup, and we head to Paris to play the reigning champions. And all right, even though with the form is in, did you give us any chance, or was you saying, let's get out of there with a 1-0 a draw and bring them back to Anfield?
I mean, for me, when I saw the lineup, I was like, okay, all right, leave Salah out. That's fair. But
you got Gakpo out.
And
that's fair.
Yeah, thank the Lord. You know, so yeah, the lineup looked good for me. Whether I thought we would win, I don't know about that. It was like a, you know, glimmer of hope in the back of my mind. But at the end of the day, you know, we knew that all we needed was a draw and then try and bring it back to Anfield and see what happens. But after seeing the first 5 minutes of that match, yeah, I knew we would. I thought we was going to get hammered.
Yeah,
hammered. You know, that formation just was not working. And I think the thing for me with Slot is, you know, after last year, being able to change things at halftime and, you know, working out what the opposition is doing and then being able to bring on the right people or whatever. He didn't do anything. He just kept it the same. And yeah, same thing was happening. And yeah, I mean, I'll let you guys speak for a bit, but yeah, for me, it was lucky we got away with it, is what I'm going to say. 2-0, we got away with it.
All right. So before you go on, Sony, as you said, after the first 5 minutes, but when you listen to the pundits and Ali McCoist and that, they were actually like the five at the back has actually done pretty well to nullify Paris Saint-Germain, they were saying. Yeah, I know. This is what I thought. I'm like, are you watching the same game that I'm watching? Because right now they're slicing us open, brother, at will.
Yeah, right.
They just couldn't be bothered to do it as often as they wanted. They were just taking their time, and you know what I mean. But that's how they were looking at it and thinking that, all right, so it's not that bad. It's only 1-0 at halftime, and you know, actually, maybe the five at the back is working. And they were pointing out things of having the three centre halves had given Gomez chances to get back and cover where they had gone round the wing backs, which he did. He went back and made a good few blocks and whatever. They went out for a corner and whatever. So they were saying, yeah, so maybe it worked well. Whereas maybe if it was a back four, the centre half may not have been able to get there in that position, and it could have been more trouble. But Stoney, so how did you see it then?
I think the pundits was probably watching a completely different Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool game than I had been watching. And the only reason why I say that is Doué had scored after 11 minutes. So I think if the back five was doing his job, he wouldn't have scored that early. I mean, we've had lots of conversations about.
It was a deflection, though.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So we've had lots of discussions about different starting lineups. So we're talking about player personnel. We've spoken about the different tactics and the different formations that Slot has actually played so far this season, right? So I'm thinking in my head, we're going into this game now. We're going to be playing in a formation, to my knowledge, we haven't actually played so far this season in any competition or last season, all right? So whether we were looking at being the flat back five with the 3 and the 2 up top, or whether it was the 3-5-2, or there was certain periods of the game where it looked like the 5-2-3, I just kept scratching my head, right? And the reason why I was scratching my head was, if we started with the 3-5-2, what Slot was trying to say in his post-game interview, he was saying that he wanted to go man-to-man with Paris Saint-Germain's players, right? So we had our back three. Gomez actually played central. Van Dijk played the right, and Konate played the left. That means that we've been going one-on-one with Doué, Dembele, and the other forward, right? We don't usually go. Pardon me.
Kishia
Yeah.
However you pronounce it.
Yeah. That means we were set up to actually go 1-to-1 with those players, and then our midfield, which was Dom, Grav, and McAllister, was then going 1-to-1 with Vitinho, Neves, and the other Zaire Emery in the middle of the park. So the idea, I wonder if Slot was saying, if we went man-to-man with our back three, man-to-man with theirs in the middle, then Frimpong and Kirkes could either, support the forwards, or they would be supporting McAllister if he was overrun by by Neves, or support Van Dijk if he was being overrun by Doué. So I was thinking in my head, I wonder if that was the setup that Slot was trying to do. So man-to-man, but our 2 wide players are the ones that come and double up. For me, it just didn't seem to work. We were still passive. The movement and fluidity of Paris Saint-Germain, they were dragging our players left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Their passes were in spaces that our players didn't even know existed, and our players couldn't even get there. So I'm thinking it's like it was chess and backgammon, right? And we were on the default, like the most basic mode, and they were on the highest chess level you can get in chess. I mean, in terms of tactics, Slot was outdone amazingly. And, we never want our team to lose. And I did not want our team to lose. But looking at the way that Paris Saint-Germain played compared to us, light and day, man.
Yeah,
absolutely night and day. And the thing that I was a little bit mystified by as well, right? I know we're probably going to come to that as well. Slot's mentioned something quite a lot this season about some teams that we've played against playing a low block, and sometimes it's been a little bit hard for us to actually break them down, and that's probably a tactical approach he couldn't envisage his team as Liverpool playing. So welcome to my guy here then. Exactly. You've gone out to play Paris Saint-Germain, tried to go man-to-man, but then with a low block. You got a low block and nobody can't get out. To me, I'm not saying that there's only one way of playing, right? But he just got this so wrong. Yeah. There was nobody who's going to make that transition from our defense into midfield and then go up the top. Everything, in my opinion, that he set up with, it just didn't work, and it was just woeful to watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. The fact that we could all see that it wasn't working. You could see in the first 5 minutes, Van Dijk, man-to-man, going into their half, leaving that big space in the middle for them to play over. And it happened at least 2-3 times in, the space of 5 minutes. Something's got to change.
I didn't understand why, especially Van Dijk and Konate did that quite often yesterday. They followed their player way up to the halfway line or whatever. Blah. Why follow him all the way up there and leave the big space behind you? If anything, stay there and wait for him to come onto you. At least you're still in that. He's got now get past you in that gap. Crazy moves, man. Mark says we played Palace with 5 at the back in the cup and got hammered. Why try against PSG? Understand what the plan was, but we just looked worse.
Yeah. And you could see what they were trying with, putting Szoboszlai up front, trying to get him to press. But if you're pressing by yourself,
it doesn't make no sense.
It's not going to work. So, he was just running, covering grass when there was,
another one as well for me was Ekitike didn't have a great game yesterday.
Yeah, that's probably his worst game that I can remember, to be fair.
But what do you think about in bringing back Isak so quick?
I mean, I was happy to see him. Just to see him on the pitch. Glad he's back. Don't know what he was going to do in that game, but just good to see him back. Hopefully, he's going to help us in the next couple of games. But yeah, I mean, subs wise, I don't know whether you saw the post match conference, and he said that he wanted to save Salah because we're probably going to be defending for the next 20 minutes or something like that. But I would have preferred to have seen Salah on for these subs rather than your Gakpos and etc. So yeah,
I don't know, man, because to be fair, Gakpo gives you nothing. Salah gives you nothing going backwards, man. And the way that them guys were coming at us, that could have been a massacre down that side. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I was thinking. To be fair,
I think
he'll play him at Anfield.
Oh yeah.
He'll play him at Anfield.
I think with the Isak, I think so the training, our physios and staff and XYZ, they probably would have had their plan and have an idea of the way that he can be reintegrated within the first team and how much minutes XYZ he'll be able to have between now and the end of the season. So that's probably why I think he featured in this game. I think another reason why he featured in this game is because Slot knows that he's not going to be there at the end of the season. I think in his own heart, at least he's going to be comforted knowing that he played Isak as part of his bench in a Champions League game. That's what I think it was more for that reason, honestly. I'm telling you.
Liberties. Mark says PSG did not get out of first gear.
That's the thing. They were playing with us. They were literally playing with us. If they really wanted to, it could have easily been 5-0. They were just playing around.
I'm scared of Fulham right now. Never mind PSG.
Oh man, yeah.
That ain't no joke.
Yeah, watch Wilson come back to haunt us and like a couple.
Listen, this ain't no joke, man. This ain't no joke. I'm telling you. So a lot of people, as they like to say, it's they did because Dembele missed some big chances as well. He hit the post.
The post was clear in front of goal.
Ashvili made some decent saves as well.
Yeah.
And people were cussing him and saying, we need Alisson, we need Alisson. I thought Ashvili had a good game, to be fair.
I'm happy with our goalie at the moment. And like you were saying,
I think he's a good
about
keeper.
Yeah, I like him. He's steady. He's steady.
And you know, I like them stature, they look like a keeper.
Thank you.
It does. That stature looks like a keeper, but no, man.
Yeah. No, I was happy with it. And like you were saying, in terms of the way Paris Saint-Germain played against us, I think throughout the game, I'm sure we only had like about 3 shots. Someone correct me in the comments, and I know none of them were on target.
Yeah, it was literally
I remember one of them was Frimpong.
Okay.
That one when man put the ball through to, but he was giving us offside in the end anyway. We'd hit across the goal.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Ekatike leaning back. He tried to go top corner.
Oh yes, yeah. Leaning back. Yes. That's 2.
But yeah. And would they count the penalty as a shot?
What penalty?
Exactly. I was like,
oh no.
What penalty?
Oh, wrong game. Hold on. So my head just went. My head just went Man City. I'm trying to create some stats here. So we never really had much in there, and I think Paris Saint-Germain, I'm sure they had like must have been 18 shots.
It could have easily been 4-5, easily. Could have easily been 4-5. But all right. So as people say, then, do you agree, gents, that it is only half time? And they got their magical nights at Anfield.
You see, the issue that I've got with that is, I cannot foresee Slot improving us in any way, before the end of this season. I simply can't. And if his hope is probably that our team's going to be galvanized by the crowd, that's fine. But he needs to set the team up before that. I don't think he can just be hoping that the crowd are going to be lifting our players. He needs to be doing something. And at the moment, he seems to be asking those players to play in a manner that it seems like, I'm not going to use that word because it's going to sound like they're unprofessional, but it just don't seem like they're comfortable playing in whatever system Slot is asking them to do. Don't get me wrong, some of our players have been playing like dunce bats, so they have to be accountable as well. But I shouldn't say we should write off because anything can happen at Anfield. But if we play in the same manner, even if he changes formation, RT, but if we play in the same manner, it's a wrap. Paris Saint-Germain can play with cigars in and they'll move us up.
Well, he did say that it will be a totally different game at Anfield because he will now have to go with more attackers on the pitch to get more out of the game. So,
I mean, that's all well and good, but when, like Stoney said, the tactics and the way they're being coached, because the way I see it, all right, we won the league last year. He tweaked what had been done before. He didn't really put his philosophy onto the team. Whereas this year, you can see, all right, we're going to control more. We're going to slow it down more. We're going to pass it around the back a lot more. We're going to do all of those things. But when it comes to actually, progressing the ball, we're just not doing it fast enough. The only matches where we've, played great, we've progressed the ball like, we used to play. So Galatasaray, that game was great. We progressed the ball really fast. We was moving around and etc. Whereas now, for me, I just see it as he's got his style of play. He wants to put his stamp on, it's kind of like an Amorim light kind of thing where, yeah, I'm going to stick with my tactics. This is how I want to play and this is how we're going to do it. Whereas, I'd be like, let me just go back to what we was doing last year and then just tweak because that's how we won the league. Why change it so much? I know we've got, we've had a big change with the players and all that kind of stuff and the personnel's change. But, I just don't see, like Stone said, I just don't see him being able to, tactically bring us to that point where we're going to, get those chances, create that win. But then also, attitude-wise, I think the players, I don't think they're playing for him anymore. I think they're done. They're
Good evening, Demas. What you saying, man? Now that quadruple's gone, yeah? So it's down to 2 now, bro. What's happening, man? Talk to me, Demas. Talk to me. You're getting a bit shaky. Let me know, bro. Let me know. These players could not track anything right now. Never mind man for man. VVD looked lost in a back 5 like he was tracking his own players' work more than his own.
100%, Mark.
And this might not be a bad one, actually, Anfield return game, I'm playing 4-5-1. Pack the midfield gives us a scoring chance. We must score first. If PSG score 2 goals first, Anfield will empty.
You can imagine.
So fair to what you said, Creds, he says we ain't got the wingers to play like last year, sadly.
True. Yeah. No Diaz. Salah's not doing it. I mean, you could give Rio more of a chance.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. Give Rio a run.
But yeah, I hear that.
Definitely can't do no worse than what's going on. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much, mate. And Rio puts the fear of God into defenders because they don't know if he's going left, he's going right. Gakpo, you know exactly what he's going to do. He's light work to defend against.
Yeah, 100%.
Light work. You know what I mean? But Rio, you don't know what's going to happen next, and that's what defenders don't like. And he's quick. They don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like it, man. So the thing is for me, when coming back to Anfield, is just that we're no good at keeping clean sheets, and that's the problem. So we might, we might score a couple and whatever, but I can still see Paris Saint-Germain are going to score.
Yeah.
And that is the issue. That is the major issue for me.
Yeah.
We've left it too much. If it had it stayed 1-0, so yeah, okay, then we're winning with a shout. But 2-0, I think it's too much with that kind of firepower that they've got. Remember, everyone's getting excited. Oh, Barcola's injured, he's not playing. They just said for Doué, Brad. Like, simple things. Like, come on. They got a little conveyor belt going there.
Yeah.
And they're all young. So if they're properly managed, this team can progress for years.
Yeah. And I think that's the other kind of big difference. You can see the teamwork. You know, you can see them, you know, the synergies there. Whereas with us, it's like, other than maybe Wirtz and Ekitike at points, you know, there was a couple of times where Szoboszlai had the ball in the middle of the park last night, and he could have made decisions so much quicker. But it's like, for Szoboszlai to be taking that much time, he's already thinking in the back of his mind, oh, who can I give it to? Because they might not be able to do anything. So he's already got that in the back of his mind. Everyone's just not trusting each other. So yeah, I don't know. It comes down to a lot. It's not just one problem, but yeah, Slot ain't helping, and the buck stops with him as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I can see you laughing. We'll win the Prem if we are lucky. Yeah, man, you don't got the Prem wrapped up, man. You mean, I don't mind that. All right, win the Prem, but you know what? But no Champions League, man. I can't have that as well. Can't have that, mate. Mark says, we got one kid we got last summer. Give him a chance. The guy's smashing goals in left, right, and central. We're all right.
Why not? Why not? Just throw him in.
But we know if he's not giving Rio a chance, how's he going to give Rio Right a chance? You understand?
Yeah.
That ain't going to happen, man. Ain't going to happen. So, Stoney, you think we can turn it around at Anfield?
Okay, so I'm conflicted. I want us to, but we're not going to. This is as far as we've got in the Champions League. So all I'm going to ask is, Slot, just entertain us, entertain the crowd, and attempt not to make us play so passive. Allow us to play with some flexibility and creativity. And I just want that energy and speed back. If he's able to do that, then I'll be happy with the performance. But Paris Saint-Germain are going to play, to me, they're going to play exactly the same as they did at home at Anfield. So I think we're going to get a result in terms of a win, but we're not going to go through.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's because we can't keep a clean sheet. So yeah, it's not gonna happen, man. It's right now. It's really painful to see the drop off, like so drastic. It's really, really bad, man. It is really, bad.
It's really, really, really big. And like what Creds was just saying as well. I wonder if our performance as a club last season was based on, like, similar to what you just said, Creds, the slight little tweaks from the setup from Jurgen Klopp to now how Slot wanted to integrate. And the thing that's baffling me, last season, Slot seemed to be a genius sometimes during games at halftime. If we weren't getting the results we needed, it's like he was standing there absorbing stuff, taking everything in, digesting it. And then second half, he made some subtle changes and we got the results.
Yeah. Now
this season, for love nor money, he's unable to do that. And I was having a conversation with one of the other groups as well. If Slot had been in a Premiership, say for instance, for 3 or 4 seasons, and he was just playing in a set way, and other managers and teams knew what he was doing. So say for instance, he was playing predictable, and then they nullified that and Liverpool were getting the results, I can probably take that a little bit, right? But the fact of the matter is, this is just your second season. This is your first main season to implement your playing philosophy, your tactics, your X, Y, and Z. And I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it live. I'm not seeing it when I tried to go back to watch a game afterwards, because I was originally thinking maybe sometimes when you're watching games live or in real time, you're missing things out. So, privately, I've gone back and I've watched games and I'm thinking, you know what? No, the second time I watched it was exactly what I'm seeing the first time.
Well, it's even worse.
It's like he's just lost or void of ideas. How does that happen? How does that happen?
Someone was saying the other day that he's out of his depth. You know what I mean? This isn't no joke club that you've come to now. It's no joke league. And they actually reckon that he's out of his depth.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And there's no harm in that either, you know. He can just be out of his depth at another club. So move on. Have Liverpool in your CV. This was a positive managerial opportunity for you. And just go on and take you and your coaching staff somewhere else next season.
Yeah. Because the other thing that I think about is, his philosophies, when he was in the Eredivisie or however you pronounce it, basically he had his style. It worked over there with that type of football, the way they play it, slower, etc. It's not as physical, all that good stuff. So him trying to stamp that now in the Premier League, but not being able to adjust to what's happening in real time after only doing those small tweaks from last season, for me, it's just not looking like the Prem's for him right now.
It's not, man. It's not. He needs to let it go, man. And I'm just hoping they can just come to an amicable decision in the season and say, you know what? Yeah, man, let's come to the amicable decision. You go, you know what I mean? We'll give you a little payoff and you bounce.
A new project.
Yeah,
thank you. I'm like you, Artie. And the thing is, right? The reason why I think it was in this show a few weeks ago, there was someone put in a comment, it's not the Liverpool way to be parting ways with managers, because I think what it was, somebody was saying, Liverpool don't sack managers, and someone said they part ways. All right, so guess what? Even if that's not the case, sometimes it's because those managers may have had longer contracts, right? And sometimes, like anything else as a club, we're probably looking at what we may have to play Slot and his team when they move on. But this is me. We've allowed a lot of players to actually leave on a free at Liverpool and lose out on money, So this is you understand. So this is an opportunity where if Slot moves on, so at the end of the season, we part ways with him, it shouldn't be an issue. The other reason why I'm saying this is this: his contract is up at the end of next season anyway. His contract is June 2027. So it's only next season he's got left. So even if, as an example, he's Liverpool terminated his contract at the end of this season, it's not going to be like no big payout as if it was like, one of the managers at one of the other clubs. So I think it will be him, and because we've got two assistants in it, is Giovanni van Bronckhorst.
Yeah.
And there's a second person as well, because he's got two assistants. So Slot and his main assistant, both of their contracts expire at the same time. So I believe that they'll just part ways at the end of this season. The payout that they give is not going to really be too much of a big hit on us, and then we just move on.
Yeah.
Well, I do hope so. So there was talk today on TalkSport where fans were actually called in and then saying Slot should go right now, immediately, and not to bring in Xabi Alonso yet, bring him in at the end of the season, but till the end of the season, bring in Stevie Gerrard to come in and steer the ship. And they're saying what? So Darren Bent was saying what? Before the Paris Saint-Germain game, and he was saying yes. Bring him in before then. He'll probably give the players a bit of a lift that they need and get them up there. So how would you not feel about that?
Nah, Steven Gerrard can stay where he is. Yeah, I'm just gonna voice it. He can stay where he is. I'm looking at a few things here, RT. A lot of the games that we're gonna have between now and the end of the season are going to be literally back to back. similar in line with all of the other teams that are actually playing, right? I think our biggest break is going to be between when we play Crystal Palace and then we play United. All of those other games are going to be 3 days apart, right? So I'm just going to play devil's advocate here, right? Say, for instance, Stevie G was to come in. When have we got Fulham? Is it Saturday? Saturday? Is it Sunday at 5? Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember what we got to do. Saturday. Yeah, because it's at 5:30, right? So let's play devil's advocate. Even if Slot was removed after the Fulham game, all right, and Steven Gerrard was to be appointed on a temporary basis, Steven Gerrard will probably then only have 3 games to implement what he wants to play against Paris Saint-Germain, and then another 4 days to implement what he wants, because we've got Everton after that, haven't we?
I believe so.
Palace have moved us up in games, so we'll have Palace straight after Everton, and then we got Man United, Chelsea, and Villa. How much time? And this is me thinking out aloud here, right? How much time would Steven Gerrard have with those players on the training ground to implement a style that he would want us to play? Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, because Carrick was able to do it at Man United. These are elite managers. I know they'll come in and they can do what they need to do, right? But I don't think that serves any purpose for him. I don't.
Do you not think as well? I know, I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying as well. But do you not think that part of it is a lot to do with your man management and your motivation skills?
Yeah.
Well, and how the players respond to you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Stoney on one side of it, but yeah, it is that for me, I don't think it would. I get what you're saying, whereas it wouldn't really benefit Stevie, and I get that. You know, at the end of the day, 7 games, he probably wants to manage, Liverpool for the long term anyway. So he'll probably come back at some point. But in terms of the motivation, the getting the fans together, the synergy with the club, you probably got an idea of exactly what he could do now, because he's looking at every game and thinking in the back of his mind, what the hell's going on here. That I don't think we'd do any worse. Is I guess is my thing. Stick with Slot. We may win some games, we may not win others. Whereas with Stevie G and just I think we would definitely get the manager bounce 100% if
that's what I reckon.
Yeah, I think we'd get that. Whether he maintains that for the rest of the games, that is a different story. But I think the manager bounce, I think the players need a lift. And yes, Slot's incapable of doing it. I mean, you kind of get it from his demeanor, from the way he's doing these press conferences. It's just dead. I'm not gonna lie, it's dead. I'm just like,
the more I watch the guy and listen to him talk, the more I want to slap him. just keep quiet, man. Trust me, you just need to keep quiet now, bro.
Yeah,
seriously. Yeah. But the thing I'm saying with Steve is, like, I could see him getting another like 25-30% of effort and that out of the players, giving that bit more. You understand, which would count for a lot. Obviously, I know what you mean with the tactics wise. Yeah, it takes time to implement, and especially if you're going to look to make a drastic change. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. But I think getting players up for the game and making them understand, especially these new guys who come in, what it means to play for Liverpool from someone like that, I think they can only respect it, to be fair. But see. But Mark says that Fabrizio said tonight that Slot is here until the summer, at least.
And that's what I was saying. And I suppose I think he'll remain until the summer. Yeah. What's quite interesting as well is, obviously we know we're not going to win a league, right? So with Arsenal, even though I know there's 2 legs, right? So with Arsenal winning the first leg against Sporting Lisbon, if they go through past Sporting Lisbon, it opens up a 5th place for the English teams in the Champions League.
Yeah, 5 places.
Yeah,
5 places. So I wonder if, and these are the same thing, I'm just thinking out aloud again, right? And mainly because what you guys were mentioning about the possible lift if Steven Gerrard was to come in, what he can probably do. we might need that little extra spark to, still fighting for fourth or still crawl through in fifth place. Let me tell you, I don't care how we get into the Champions League. It don't bother me one bit. Yeah. As long as we get there and then we part ways at the end of the season with Slot, then it's still been a productive season, considering all of the headache that we've seen this season. So if that gives us a little bounce back, then I suppose we have to look at it. But
Well, that's
I just
my
can't
thing
see it
as well.
happening.
I just want to make sure that we're in the Champions League next season.
Yeah.
That's my main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess from everyone
I'm hoping though that him getting us Champions League doesn't give him a little stay of execution. You understand? That's what I don't want.
If he won it, let's say if he won it,
I still want him gone.
Yeah. Is that an agreement with everyone? You'd want him gone?
100%. Because then, you know what would be good? He, for himself, as I was saying in his CV, in his first season he won the league, and in the second league he won the Champions League, and then he gets a nice little payoff, and then he just moves on. So Slot's nice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody wins there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Because right now, for another thing that worries me is that if he does stay on, and you've got your teams like Real Madrid and that decide to come calling for players like Szoboszlai, there's nothing to keep them there, bro.
Yeah,
there's nothing to keep them there for me. You know what I mean? Why would you want to stay and play under Slot?
Yeah, in the Europa.
Hell no. Listen, Demas, talk about you look after us in terms of fifth spot. Don't want to hear nothing, mate. Right now, let's see, that's a tricky one now. Having Chelsea, United, and Villa.
Yeah, and don't forget we got Everton on our backs. Like
that's the point that I'm saying.
They beat us. They're going other than goal difference.
And right now,
right there.
Everton are a team. Right now, they are a team. Managers got them organized and focused and playing good football.
Yeah.
I can't have man like Beto come in and have us up, like. I can't have it.
Yeah. Can't happen.
So this is a worry, man. Seriously, this is a worry, man. Oh boy. Geez.
So who would you say you would want? This is just moving on to like I know we got Fulham, but the PSG game. Who would you want lining up for that game?
Okay.
Considering no one else gets injured at this moment in time.
I'm playing Gomez again. I'm playing a flat back four. And it's got to be Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. And then in the midfield, I'll probably play Grav, Szoboszlai, and Jones. And then I'm looking at Wirtz, Ekitike, and I might have to go with Salah. To be fair. Yeah.
Stoney looks like he's got his
Salah or Chiesa.
I'll be honest. It doesn't matter who I think is going to play. It's not going to make any difference. Slot is not going to execute anything for us to be able to go through. He's simply not. So for me to give the impression that I would give my starting lineup, it's not going to make any difference. They're not going to be able to function. Yeah, so I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm saying I just have no idea. He's just mystified. Because even if, as an example, you were to play the players, or just give an example that Artie was saying, I still think he's going to get them playing like robots and like lack and void of ideas and creativity, and it's not going to be spontaneous. I don't know. I just think sometimes he thinks that he's just trying to trick people. So yeah, regardless of the starting lineup is
the one over their eyes.
yeah. It's
Slot the magician.
yeah, and I think the disheartening thing, and I'm gonna be selfish.
Second leg of that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Man thinks this is Barca.
yeah. The disheartening thing is, we all love our club. We're all invested in our club. But this character is just changed the mood, and I'm thinking, how on earth can one person at the helm contribute to this? And I think that's what's quite disheartening. So it's a wrap for me. I never ever thought I would be speaking about somebody moving on, but these things happen. He came for a project, it hasn't worked out, and he can move on.
Time to move on. Yeah, man. No, seriously, I agree. Time to move on, mate. Trust me.
And the thing is, I know that, you know, we've said that, you know, Liverpool isn't a club that, you know, gets rid of managers and all that kind of stuff, but we literally broke the British record twice. When did we do that? So you can't even use that argument. If we're going to do something, let's just do it. I mean, it may not happen now, but end of the season, the change has to come. It has to come.
Change has to come, man. Edwards and a thing again, Saudi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Take him with you, man. And while you're at it, take Gakpo too. All four of you.
You know, I'm so glad you haven't had me on here earlier on in the year because
No, don't worry. Gakpo's been getting it, bro. Don't worry. He's been getting it.
You know, I've been seeing, but
yeah, he's been getting it. Bro. So, all right. So, predictions for Fulham.
Even that 2-2.
Yeah, consider that what we scored one goal, I think, in our last 3 games. Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to score the second goal in. I might be on goal. I'm just saying it's going to be 2-2.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I feel like this is probably one of the first times where I feel like we might lose 2-1. I just got a bad feeling. Yeah, just as what Mark has just said, like, he's coming for us. Wilson's coming for us, and I don't think it's looking good. I don't think it's looking good. Other than like an individual performance that will come out of nowhere from maybe a Salah or an Ekatike after that dross he just gave us the other night. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything positive right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's see if we. For me, let's see. I'm looking at please get a 2-1. That's what I'm looking at. We can get a 2-1 at Fulham. Hopefully. Yeah. But man, if we lose to Fulham, can forget the top 4, man. It's done. It's done out here. It's done. Because my thing is this as well. City got Chelsea. You're thinking to yourself, right, they could do us a favor, but can we do ourselves our own favor and win our own game?
Thank you.
You understand? That's the problem. Because I can see City beating Chelsea. And you know, if we can then win our game, give us a little bit of breathing space, but can we manage that? We really do need to. So,
and then out of that running as well, you know, you've got your Fulham, you've got your Everton. Like, if you're not beating Fulham, how can you expect to be beating Everton? You know, and then you've got the other teams coming up: Man U, Chelsea,
Villa.
Villa.
Yeah, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good at all. Oh my days.
Yeah, I mean, would you? I mean, I just read Mark's comment there about the boos if we lose, but would you, if we lose to Fulham, go out to PSG? You don't think that they would pull the trigger?
I still don't think they will. I think they'll just wait to the end of the season. Yeah.
And so, Craig, do you think if the trigger
so.
was pulled, then is that what you were thinking? Then possibly an intern manager would come in for the Everton game, because it's the Everton game afterwards, the Paris Saint-Germain game. Paris Saint-Germain. So you're right. Whatever intern comes in there, that's going to be a very hard game. Actually playing at Everton's new stadium as well. So whatever manager comes in, you're right. They are going to have character and XYZ and all of these.
Who knows that better than Stevie G?
Yeah, who better?
You understand? Who knows that fixture better than Stevie G, mate?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that could be just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah,
that's what he ordered. Just come and keep it warm for Alonso. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, peoples, I must say thank you very much for joining us. It's all about Cop Talk each and every Thursday night right here, 10 o'clock. Please do join us next week. We will be back, hopefully with some good news. Yeah. Hopefully a little bit more cheer and glee about us, because it would be absolutely amazing if we could turn that one around. I'll tell you, absolutely amazing. But the thing is, though, my thing is this: I need someone like Paris Saint-Germain to make sure they stop Arsenal in case Arsenal.
Yeah.
100.
I need someone like that to say, hey, calm down, yeah, calm yourselves, man. But yeah, we will see. Brother Creds, thank you very much for joining us tonight, mate.
Thanks for having me.
No
Until
problem,
the next time.
Brother Stoney, always a pleasure as usual.
Thank you. I was going to say to you, Artie, when you did the title for the show, you put Punishment and Pain in Paris. It should have been Punishment and Pain at the Etihad and in Paris, because you got moved up. But what's going to be interesting, like you mentioned, Artie, so for our next show, which will be next week, Thursday at 10 o'clock, we'll be able to preview on the two games on it, because it's going to be Fulham and we're playing Paris Saint-Germain on the Tuesday. So yeah, next week's show is going to be amazing. But yeah, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, it's just been brilliant. Thank you, Artie.
No problem, peeps. Take care and see you all next week.